Okay, so we are going to read a story today with Miss Molly and Miss Ash about Christmas, and it's called What's a Christmas? And we've seen that it's going to be a penguin story. So here we go.
What do we decide as Walter Parker?
Here we go. Molly Mall.
CSE household inspection and hey,
Molly, here we go.
boom,
As the sun set on Christmas Eve, a sound boomed across the South Pole. Crash! Uh-oh.
I was starting to fill out BSW. I just didn't know if everything.
Four little penguins walked along and tumbled into a giant hole. Oh no, they're gonna fall down.
The one we just
Molly, have you ever seen a penguin? Yes or no?
say no,
A penguin?
no.
When we go to the zoo at Potter Park, you guys don't see it?
I don't know if the penguins were out when we went last,
Oh,
which would have been more than a year ago.
that's my favorite exhibit. Last time
So-
my class went, they were swimming there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cross our fingers and hope we can go this upcoming summer. There, inside that snowy pit, was a funny shaped snowy mound with two skinny legs sticking out and flippers. No,
Yeah,
made a sound.
yeah. I'll bring it out. All right, I'll bring it out.
What a weird bird, said Penguin Peg. That's no bird, said Penguin Paul. Give it a poke, said Penguin Prue. Penguin Pete said nothing at all. Then something small burst out and cried, I'm no bird, I'm Ed the Elf. I fell out of Santa's Christmas sleigh. Now I've crashed and hurt myself. Uh-oh. That's not good. Molly, how does he look in the picture? Yeah, he looks kind of sad.
Hello?
The penguins felt bad for little Ed, but they were also a bit confused. They asked, what's an elf? What's a sleigh? What's a Santa? What's a Christmas? And are you bruised? So many questions. Oh, bloomin' baubles, shouted Ed. You've never heard of Christmas Day? I'll teach you how to celebrate till Santa returns in his sleigh. Molly, how does Santa travel? We have a couple choices here that you gotta find how they're different. One is a sled being pulled by dogs, that's A. B is a sleigh being pulled by reindeer, it looks like. And C, this looks like a sleigh being pulled by horses, but we know from our concert yesterday that there's only one kind of animal that pulls Santa's sleigh. What do you think, Miles? A? Dogs? I'm thinking no. No. Do we think it's B, reindeer. Let's see, Santa sleigh pulled by reindeer. That sounds more familiar. Santa's sleigh is pulled by 8 reindeer. Letter B. First, some sparkle is what we need to bring some holiday glee. What do you see the penguins with, Molly? Let's try to find some twinkly treats.
Pay attention.
What's that bottom one say? There we go. We can hang on a Christmas tree. I had menu bars. Let's try that one again. Let's try to find some twinkly treats we can hang on a Christmas tree.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
But in the snow, it's hard to find decorations to gleam and shine. Molly, are you setting up some Christmas decorations with your dad?
Mm-hmm. I keep setting them up and she keeps tearing them down.
She can help tear down my Christmas decorations. I'm going to get our tree in a few minutes here. So what the penguins used instead were fish and some boring old twine. On a Christmas tree, sounds kind of stinky.
Yeah.
Ed said, next we'll get kind gifts to show our friends that we care. But remember, they should be thoughtful, not just fancy, sparkly, or rare. What is a good, memorable Christmas present you can recall?
Your favorite is always bubble wrap, right? Hey.
Molly with a giant roll of bubble wrap.
Yes, bubble wrap. Big roll of it. Hey, stop.
Thoughtful gifts for me are usually fall in the book category.
I like activities, so like movies or games that I can play with people.
These are all very good ideas for gifts. The gift they found for their mother was cute, but it wasn't quite right. It was much too wet, much, much too big, and it gave her a little fright. What did they try to give their mom?
Looks like, is that a whale? Is that a whale?
You don't want to get your mom a whale for Christmas. Much too expensive to. Next, the penguins tried a carol, and though Ed sang with a smile, the penguins' horrid screeching squawks could be heard for miles and miles. What are all the other penguins doing? Ah, they're covering their.
What are they doing? They don't like the whale, do they?
We've done it wrong, said Penguin Pete. We've ruined Christmas, cried out Paul. Ed said, I don't know what you mean because I'm having a ball. So it looks like Ed is having fun no matter what their Christmas looks like.
Hey, pay attention.
This Christmas may not be fancy, but the spirit we have is right. Let's laugh and sing and just be glad we're together this Christmas night. So there's no wrong way to celebrate Christmas. But then Ed's golden pocket watch struck 12 with the jingly chime. Oh no, the sleigh is almost here, and I haven't made a sign. Why does he need a sign?
Why does he need
help? He needs to make a sign so people can see. His penguin pals knew what to do. They had thought of the perfect gift. They called all their friends and family to make a sign in the snowdrift?
Look at that.
It says, Santa, please rescue me, and it's spelled with penguins.
Look at it. Look at I spelled penguins. Hey.
As Santa landed with a thud, he cried out, well, what a sight! I'll spend the rest of Christmas here. It's the perfect end to my night. They celebrated together, and when it was time to say goodbye, Ed promised that next Christmas he would be sure to drop by. And he's got a little parachute there. He's got penguin friends. And they got their fish Christmas tree all decorated for him.
See the Christmas tree? Look at the end.
The end. So Molly, what happened first in the story? A, they all sang carols. B, the penguins fell in a hole. Or C, Ed came back to visit.
I'm not sure. What do you think? It was A, B, or C? I think maybe it was A. Or maybe they fell in a hole first.
I think they fell into a hole
I
first.
think they fell in the hole.
Found their friend Ed. Letter B.
That's E. Letter B.
What did the penguins do to help Ed? So how did they help Ed? A, they made a sign. B, they had a party. Or C, they got a whale. There's only one of these things that's helpful. What looks like help to you?
I think it's, can you say A?
Letter A, make a sign. That's right. And last question, what happened last in the story? The penguins got a tree. Ed visits them again. Or C, they go for a ride with Santa. What was the last thing?
I think Ed said he was going to stop by again. B.
Is the letter B? I think so. Good job, Miles. Thanks for reading with us.